So don't forget about it. Cewa domin rayuwar iyalin Ishaku aka samu rayuwa ne na son kai. Okay? Banda wannan son kai sai abinda aka yi yashi matsayi na ɗa. Banda wannan sai aka ce akwai haɗin baki. Banda wannan haɗin baki akwai cuci. Banda wannan cuci sai aka samu ɗacin rai wanda ya kai ga kusata da ɗaukar matakin kisa. Sai tsoro ya shiga zuciya sai ya kai mutum ga gudun hijira. I think we are done with the message with this. Now you will understand that the opening verses now will have in other versions of the Bible. You will now say, it might tell you now, so, and another conjunction, because it's linking the verse with what had happened. And so you discover that might. Okay? And it has proved that actually Esau might have shared that. Rebecca had of it. It means actually what happened with Esau and told the mother of like that. And you now discover that Rebecca did was an advice. Flee. That it will not be good for me that I should be mourning your father and then mourning you as well. Very bad thing. So he called on them and said, "What with your uncle until your brother dies before I will call you back." Beloved, our society, one of the members of a family, community, is accorded a others, there is always crisis. Listen to me very well. In any sitting, in any forum, and you notice that somebody is accorded, somebody is being praised, and so we cannot pack ourselves with that. Wherever we live and we are a living people, always that one is there. And let me tell you again, even within your system, as an individual, you sitting here in the church, there is crisis going on in your system. I don't know if somebody understood me. And why that crisis? It might be that you have given a preferential treatment to one part of your body. And so you deny the other part of the body. And so the body is saying, no, you are not taking care of me. I have a good chang chang. Uri ngor. Kubura ibu ken beda. Iqbal bugara. Ah? Ashi sini lapo. Kapun ban chini lapo. Ah? Wato afu tu no uli wa wona yembe anairi. Tema ni ture me bina bungani. Tapi tu wezi la bisuke. Kapulu kai yem fa ba kan dakta anaga. And crisis is inevitable, but get it well. That is always there. And now when there is crisis, as far as creation coexists within this domain, we have to live with it. But the question is, how do you go about the affairs of your family? How do you go about the affairs of yourself? How do you go about the affairs of that association, that group, that organization, that body? How do you go about it? In your choir, how do you go about it? Men fellowship, youth fellowship, band, women fellowship, communicant members, and non-communicant members. I'm a more boy of the police, I'm a boy of association and job and ground. Jordan, I'm a Tomanin, Yara, Sandy, and Woodgo. I'm very serious about it. I will work on only like relation. Obviously, I'm very serious. Kun da ba bacin jibi na zan kira za mu yi taruwan da ku za mu yi ni bala church zai ga zai ko ni in wai saka. Please take note of this. I'm serious about it. Because anywhere we live, there is a body. And that body has a responsibility. And that body is to be responsible to by someone. But how do you go about that body? Do you conspire? Do you cheat? Do you have a kind of a persistent hatred for a member or the body? How? For peace to reign, there must be fair treatment of each member of a society, organization, family or an association, community. Unlike what happened in the family of Isaac. Because Esau, though for being a divine child, destined for what will happen in that family. Because even before the birth, the mother was told what will happen. Let us not imitate that and take that for granted and say, it even happened. Okay now. Kusu. Malvini pata ko mabuko. Te ndomishi kapa. Kan dul kafu. Kan rai jionam. Kan sarani kapalonam. Kan bangfu ngaya ki cricket. Kan jack onam ki fan. Kan porto. Iba ka tibi kan. Wala pira tibi kan bi. Aya ko nam dum tan aya te ibakan to be kan pakta ogi ba ibakan to be kan to kulpa aya ko makan tum kapo maka ya tum kapo ndomi shina ka shina ndulga fu mangfu kan yang tsirani ki bari bongbong kan bakonum da paliya biya tama wiyan kat o ga nam dum da pakta aya maya ka shete ibakan to be kan yem ba ta ka ya kan sha sha anakte aba ta ngam ka yir ka ya ta san balun ka kul ba ka nam dum da te anak itu tani langlang ya ku tani ka kulu zareji ata baba paktam te kan ya ka kat tan tum singi ya ka liang dong ba ata ba te kan ya ka kat tan liang dong ba ngo na ya te no ya zin na ma o ri zin ka shi ba zin tin mo ko ngwa nu ke ba zin tin o wa mo ka ra ka pali yem rai zin tin o wo kan na pate ma ba dong ma kan zin gat ka kun bi zara te bi kan ya kat o ta ka mun jin zin anun kran zin te mo dan ko ni bro ni na ba wa ni ya ona ta ka ba ita ma ya o te na ba ko ba na kat te bi kan ya. So in as much as there is conspiracy, hatred, and things. Some of you here, look, it doesn't change the kuna jin dalina to ba ku samu bishara ko ba kuna. Do ko ni ko ya ron kwani ma ya ni da tamima. Pita kinam na to ni hara ya na biya pinam na bata. Daga chambet, daga daga nyam ba bishara. Mo nam ga la ko pas, mfio un to la ba nyam ko pas to ni sa o fo sha nan mami da fi cham cham la chot. Mfio bung bung da, on mte. But we were, because you have to see something wrong, and I told you that if there will be peace, the peace is to be to the glory of God, and peace is only seeing what is wrong and working towards correcting it. Where there is no peace, there is always separation. Physically, you will be together. But psychologically and spiritually, you will never be together. You will spend the night on the same bed. In the same bed you sleep. Can I tell you, even women, you will sleep as a man and a woman in relationship of a man and a woman in bed. But still, you will not be together because there is no peace. You might be just tolerate one another. There is separation. And what brings about that? It could be selfishness. And that selfishness has settled. And has this kind of hatred that you have, that you don't even want to see the second person. And sometimes, some people will prefer. I was coming with a young man in the Bible yesterday. The father is a servant military man. And the father sent him with one man to come to the park and have him boarded the Bible to Lajam. And he's a very grown-up young child. And I told him in the Bible, I said, look, you have a problem. If you don't have a problem, you are a man of yourself, you are of your age. And your father will assign somebody to take you to park. Huh? Huh? We are down. I want to go where look at us. Na punya asala josni, uni tamu ni mitara moto. And when I was talking to him, it's like when na kuchi, tell him upoka uchoka. And I know before, certain diru chana, certain diru na wana. Upoka kabara, tosa na rocket shadows. Then now when go buy another moto, look at lamp for la go, you should go back and stay in the village. Now to stay in the village. Stay. I'm going to say the laptop. If you don't get the lower of the chapel back. Tell me to come my for that and the third part night that is enough. Stay in the village. Now you see that separation because there is no peace. He has been taken away from the auntie. He has been taken away from the father. He has been taken away from the other siblings. Once there is no peace, there is separation. Jacob had to leave his own land, and Jacob had to be somewhere because of lack of peace. Beloved, we need to work for peace so that we'll be together. When we do not allow peace to reign, we will not be together. We will be in exile. Though we will be in our homeland, but yet we are in exile. Now like we are in Nigeria, but it's sounding more like we are in exile. We are in Latam, but it's sounding as if we are in exile. Because what we are supposed to benefit as people that are benefiting from the blessing of the land, some people else are benefiting from it. Because why? There is no peace. We have developed kind of hatred on one another. Selfishness, clannish one, family one, gender-wise. And that has given birth to nothing but that kind of selfishness that has separated us because there is no peace. Where shall we find peace if it is not in God? And don't forget, you need the second birth. You need to be born again. When you receive the second birth, you trust the one that has given you birth because he is the embodiment of peace. He is peace. Jesus says, I give you peace, not as the world giveth. You need to trust him. Just like I was talking to Nanji this morning. Nanji, you need to trust God for your peace. With the world, you will not have peace. With your family, you will not have peace. But they will claim they are in peace with you, but not. There are conspiracies against you. They have. That is why you discover the mother of Jacob conspired with Jacob to take the first place of God. That was Esau. And that is what we see in the church. Church members will conspire against one another. They will conspire against the leadership. The pastor and the church elders. The pastor and one of the elders against elders. Elders against the pastor. And the moment when that happens, there will be parallel walking. And once there is a parallel walking, Is it not painful to notice that Jacob was away when the father died and was buried? Putani upobuku mali na chubuka. Abang pada abang. Baba kaya rasuba kana domi kai kudu hijrah. Domi buku rayuwa. Muna bukatar salama. Idan ba haka ba za business mu wani suba kana wuri. Za business membobi na iyalin ka na iyalin ki ba ta wuri domin menene domin rashin salama. Wacce wata miliyo ba su to su mai wonga ta wuri ba ke. Ya ka shi kai ka kun Allah ta bi kanka ta ko ta bi ba ta kai ga. Wani gwanga wata daga lamu ku zarge ka wanga kun ka da kuma ci ba ka mun laban yan to ba fare shi ba ba mun biyan ku tsana ba. Aba ban ka koyan take ran dan mala musan ka kan ku yayi sakamin ka yarwa ya muna yi. What do you do for the peaceful coexistence of your family? What do you do? You're going to make Beloved, all that we need to do is to shun evil, selfishness, conspiracy, cheating, hatred. We need to get out of them. This can only be why we will be living in peace. We will only live in peace. Then we will be together in the kingdom of God. Just like I was talking in the morning. If I was talking even in my bed, I was in bed and I was praying and asking God, should I be in heaven and this person should not be there? I asked God this question this morning. Na nani na konchina kashi konchina mitana pa multa ko miti ta jo kato ko lisaya bukam shina kado kata bukam shi mane na bana pa ki kado isa wata ya yanwa dole mu cire ta ci zai ko ba wannan na panna ki ko so ko pitin hospital le kara ki kan kan ya ta ai apo ya kan ki kan ket kanya bertuliskan kan menjalinan tebutar berkepulau yang mungkin sudah menjalinan kecil. Tidak mengerti. Let us not go to accept exile. But if you don't shun all these attitudes and these acts, these characters, don't forget that exile, self-exile awaits you. Somebody listen to me. If you cannot get rid of this in your life, self-exile awaits you. It shall definitely come. Aya akure ndul kafu. Kan saranu. Kapalo numket. Ure domishiket. Ure nam venezenket. Ure paribong bangket. Kan cin regional na belum. Atau bukan berarti boleh. Oni pon mo maya. Zatem, kata mu zatem betul. Tu numbai pa, nama tak apa nak bawa tu ada kisi wongbe. Wah, no kongkai yang betul pun. Asyik numbai tak apa tu. Ini sebabnya cerita. Demikian kan ayatnya kami cerita. Kaya apa ni mau demikian kan kau wanita kata nak bukan cerita. Now what you know is yours. Onu makan di baca. Waktu itu mungkin aku mau ngambil surat awal asin aku pada. If I actually gaya itu kan. Kepulu saya yang belum demikian kan kau kan. And let me tell you, the Bible has said that we must accommodate, we must tolerate, we must forgive, we must be patient, we must forgive for us to live in peace. Where this do not exist, count it out. There will be no peace. And you will be on self-exile. God forbid that. Inara kami, kan chữ đi ở trong cái là đi cả cái uro kan da ba ka yo na kan ga kai uro ngwa ku no ra wo ze don ka ti ga bana siria ka iwi ka garanti ya wo ya bel shi kala ko ki ndo ga ngana ko ya asia yo ndo ka because of lack of peace. And you sleep and you will not sleep. Beloved, lack of peace brings separation. That is the consequence of it. And it takes you to self-exile. Please shun all things that will create lack of peace. So that you live in peace. And wherever you go freely. Something happened. And some people suffer. It happened and they suffer because they don't need peace and they suffer in silence. Orota boom. The kula do te kan kan ta so wo ma be na me no so ya mami kala na oro yang te ye ye mi fori no kul te kan kan ya on ko ma ya ko so ya ka so ama do kul te kan kan ya te to se ti ko pola no sa ka la pa we ya to ba so ya be jo ya ko si ya ko andi ja te me ke mo. Please let us work for peace. Let's pray. I have only one row where I can actually go back to the country. I should show can catch. Then don't put Pulan Catalan. Come shoot. Now I have the vitamin. They should come. So let's pray and talk to God about your life, of what you think